You are watching TVC News at 10. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. Barring any last-minute change, the Senate will screen the newly appointed service chiefs in the Committee of the Whole tomorrow. The lawmakers also commended President Tinubu, the President of the Senate, and key anti-corruption and financial intelligence agencies for their coordinated efforts in securing Nigeria's removal from the Financial Action Task Force grey list. Tijesu Adeoye has more.
Nigeria's removal from the Financial Actions Task Force grey list has drawn commendation from the Senate, which described the development as a significant milestone in the country's financial reform journey. The lawmakers noted that the delisting reflects Nigeria's progress in strengthening its anti-money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism framework, restoring investor confidence, and improving the country's credibility in the global financial system.
This achievement represents not just the success of government policies, but a collective national effort involving the executive, legislature, judiciary, regulatory agencies, and law enforcement institutions.
It just didn't happen for nothing. Because of the reforms being introduced into the country.
The Senate particularly commended the efforts of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the President of the Senate, the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the Independent Corrupt Practices Commission, and the Central Bank of Nigeria for their coordinated reforms that made the delisting possible.
We all know the implications of Nigeria being delisted from this grey list, and the benefits would dovetail to ordinary citizens who do business with the international community. So congratulations to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
In its resolution, the Senate urged all relevant financial and regulatory agencies to maintain compliance with international standards and avoid a relapse. It also mandated the committees on anti-corruption and financial crimes to sustain legislative oversight and encourage stronger collaboration between public and private institutions. Meanwhile, the Senate has fixed Wednesday for the screening of newly appointed service chiefs in the Committee of the Whole.
I plead with distinguished senators to reconsider and clear all of them and then confirm them all at the same time. So if it is agreed by the Senate, I would like us to do it tomorrow. Is it the view of the Senate that this be taken tomorrow? Those in support say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Tijesu Adeoye, TVC News, Abuja.
The Minister of Defense, Mohammed Abubakar, has received the newly appointed service chiefs at the ministry's headquarters in Abuja. A statement by the minister's office says the visit underscores the minister's commitment to building a cohesive defense leadership anchored in trust, collaboration, and shared purpose. The statement also says the visit kickstarts a renewed drive towards a unified strategy and decisive action in safeguarding Nigeria's territorial integrity and national interests. The delegation was led by Chief of Defense Staff Lieutenant General Laureate. The service chiefs also visited the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Rabadu, at his office in Abuja. President Tinubu announced changes in the military hierarchy last Friday, with Lieutenant General Laureate appointed as Chief of Defense Staff. According to the presidency, the shake-up is in furtherance of the efforts of the federal government to strengthen the national security architecture. The House of Representatives has passed for second reading a bill seeking to amend the Proceeds of Crime Act recovery and management. The lawmakers also is set to investigate the activities and financial accounts of the Nigerian Football Federation from 2015 to date, following concerns over the alleged misappropriation of FIFA and CAF development funds. Joke Adisa has more.
Rising on a matter of urgent public importance, Lagos member Adeshola Adedayo moved for a probe into the activities of the Nigeria Football Federation (NFF) over alleged irregularities. Mr. Adedayo said the NFF allegedly received over $2.5 million in development grants from FIFA and CAF between 2015 and 2025, with little or no visible projects to justify the funds.
With another African Cup of Nations around the corner and the World Cup playoffs waiting in the wings involving our national team, the Super Eagles of Nigeria. There is a need to take decisive action to stop further misuse of public funds by the leadership of NFF.
Plateau State member Yusuf Gagdi says there is a need to amend the Proceeds of Crime Act.
It will make asset recovery more efficient, enhance transparency and accountability, and build public confidence in the judicial system.
Nigeria has moved closer to having a fintech regulatory commission that will monitor and regulate financial technology in the country. Lagos lawmaker Fuad Laguda says the proposed commission has become inevitable.
The objective of this bill is to aim to provide clear regulatory framework for a fintech industry, ensure that operators comply with the established standards and guidelines.
The House adopted a motion calling on the federal government to urgently rehabilitate the Kano-Kari Highway to alleviate the sufferings of commuters. The motion, sponsored by 8 members of the House, painted a picture of pain and anguish faced daily by commuters on the road.
The House resolved to urge the Federal Ministry of Works to undertake total rehabilitation of the Kano-Kari Highway. 2, also urge the Ecological Office of the Federation to address failed portions of the road.
Environmental sustainability, the clerk to the National Assembly has the mandate of the House to immediately commence a tree replacement policy, ensuring that for every tree cut down, 3 indigenous species are planted in designated areas within or around the National Assembly complex. Joke Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.
Away from the National Assembly, Nobel Laureate Professor Wole Soyinka has announced that the United States of America has revoked his visa, making his entry into the country impossible for now. Professor Soyinka says he was unaware of any wrongdoing that could have caused the revocation. He mentioned that the U.S. consulate informed him of the revocation in a letter dated 23rd of October. He expressed confusion over the development, insisting he doesn't have any past criminal record to qualify for revocation.
Somebody who, as I said, even launched the era of Heraclitus in the United States by making permanent resident card non-permanent, showing that no condition is permanent. So I thought I would let all of you know the possible catalogue of my crimes. Only one conviction, which I signed guilty at the airport for carrying a few papers. Otherwise, I don't know what else I could have done. But maybe I've also written plays about Idi Amin. Maybe it's about time also write a play about Donald Trump. When he hears that I'm paying him the same literary compliment as I paid Idi Amin, maybe he will reconsider and return my visa.